제이크 질레나는 봉준호 감독의 전 작품을 보셨다면 그분의 뛰어난 시각적 감각 외에도 분위기를 어우르는 능력을 보셨을 겁니다. 다양한 문화를 사랑하는 그분의 특성 덕분이다 라고 전했습니다. 또 한국의 국가적인 보물이다 라고 할 만큼 아주 극찬을 했는데요. 한 인터뷰 영상을 확인하시겠습니다.
Director Bong is busy because he's had so much success with Parasite, so he's not returning my calls anymore. But no, he is actually, even with all how busy he's been and with his success, he's been a friend for many years before we even worked together. And he's really one of the loveliest directors and most talented directors I've ever worked with. He's just a kind man, also generally. And I called him up and asked him if he would recommend a place to have dinner for me and Tom. And he did. He emailed me back. And we had dinner there last night at the restaurant that he recommended. I really, truly adored here, and I loved working here. And we had an international crew when we were making Okja, very much like the one that we had when we were making Spider-Man Far From Home. But to have half of our crew, probably more when we were shooting here, because we shot Okja all over the world, to work with a Korean crew was wonderful. They are incredibly talented, and it was obviously different, a little different culturally for me, but it was inspiring. And I know a lot of actors and different people will come visit Seoul and Korea and say this, but I truly, truly love it here. And I would love to be able to get back here as soon as possible. And
네, 우선 그 본감.
Sorry for the long answer.
Well, I had initially seen the image of Okja. I've known Bong for a while now, and he said, I'm conjuring up this movie with Tilda, and this is an image of this creature. And I just said, do you have a part in it for me? So I hadn't read the script initially, and then I just wanted to work with him. And then when I did read the screenplay, I was very moved, just as I am when I see the film. I was laughing and at the same time ultimately just deeply moved by a story of particularly a young girl's journey from childhood to adolescence, in a very unconventional way that I feel like that journey is in reality. So that was my first impression.
틸다 스윈튼은 봉준호 감독과 두터운 친분을 자랑하는 배우입니다. 설국열차 옥자에서 봉준호 감독과 함께한 틸다 스윈튼. 그녀는 매번 봉준호 감독을 전적으로 지지하고 극찬을 아끼지 않습니다. 설국열차에 출연한 이유에 대해서도 봉준호이기 때문이라고 말했으며 전생에 쌍둥이가 아니었을까 라고 언급하기도 했습니다. 그리고 칸 영화제의 기생충 상영회에서도 모습을 비추기도 했는데요. 봉준호 감독에 대한 인터뷰를 확인하시겠습니다.
Oh, it was beyond my wildest dreams. I'd always loved his films, and I don't know if you've seen them, but the exciting thing about this film coming out is that everybody who's not seen his previous films is going to rush out and find them. He's a master, and I met him knowing that I was a mega fan of his, and he's become one of my closest friends. And then working with him, he's like a sort of circus, He arranges everything incredibly precisely. He's extraordinarily well prepared, but in a way so that everybody can have a really free and anarchic time inside the frame. So it was like the best party I've ever been to.
설국열차 시나리오를 이미 읽고 온 크리스 에반스는 보스턴에서 자비로 오디션을 보기 위해 LA로 왔는데요. 그는 한 인터뷰에서 나는 살인의 추억의 강팬이기도 하지만 마더도 좋아한다. 또는 만약 봉준호 감독이 내게 관심이 있는데 그와 작업을 하지 않는 것은 내가 어리석은 것이다 라고 할 만큼 감독님에 대한 존경심을 확인할 수가 있는데요. 설국열차 시사회 장에서 봉준호 감독을 세계 최고의 감독이라고 평가하는 그의 인터뷰 영상을 확인하시겠습니다.
Well, for me, directors are the most important piece of the movie-making process. I think directors are where the movie starts and ends. I've read dozens of scripts that were brilliant, that made pretty lousy movies, and vice versa. You know, I think if any one of us wrote down everything you said in a given day, I don't think it would necessarily encompass who you are as a person. So, to me, a script is just words on a page. A director is the person that brings that character and that story to life. So for me, I go where the good directors are, and in my opinion, Bong is one of the top in the world. So it was pretty simple to decide to jump on board.
I was really wanting to work with this director whose films I had seen and who really blew me away. I think he's a pretty great filmmaker. And I just thought it'd be exciting and different, you know, to work with him. Well, because he has a vision and he has a really strong point of view. And when you get on his set, it's his world, you know, and he really knows what he wants. So there's no question about who's in control. There's no question about what's being attempted here. And he's very gracious and you know, he'll listen, but he's also very, very definite about what he knows what he wants to do. He's very strong-willed and a pleasure to work with, you know.
Happy about that. You know, I also know that you guys have a filmmaker, Joon-ho Bong, who did The Host. And if there's any movie I think that's ever been done, even though I know it's not an Alien, that's as close to Men in Black, a foreign film, at least to us, not to you, it would be The Host. That was an incredible film. I think it's your most successful film here. We have a fish like that in our film. Yeah, Director Bong, I think, who is a protege of Director Parks. I think, you know, there's a lot of great up-and-coming filmmakers, and you have an extremely imaginative filmmaking group. They seem to err toward science fiction a lot more than most other people. So it's a pretty great film market.
As directors, and there are a few Korean directors that I think are wonderful. Joon-ho Bong is somebody I think is incredibly talented, and I would love to work with him. It's very exciting now. He's doing more films in America, and that would be a great opportunity for me. I also like the work of Chan-wook Park, and I think these are both incredible filmmakers, and it's very exciting to have them bringing their Korean influences to Hollywood and vice versa.